quite elusive. Both Mikhel and Viraj are telling us that they're looking at newer categories which are bigger. Not telling us which ones. Maybe we'll have to wait for them to be at our shelves, etc., or maybe online, etc. But it has definitely whetted our appetite to know what you guys are doing. But at the same time, we have deep-pocketed competitors, Viraj. You know, we saw the way Unilever has launched Hellman's Mayo. We have Maggi expanding the range of their sauces. Do you think these guys could topple the apple cart for you guys?
Frankly, am I scared about Unilever and Nestle looking at this category? Obviously, I am. I'd be lying if I'm not. I mean, they are giants. They are someone I am totally impressed with. You know, you grow up listening to stories of the might of Unilever, so obviously it worries me. But will they topple us? I don't think so. I think what will happen is they'll considerably. I mean, look at me. I'm talking about being in a couple of 100,000 stores as a big thing. I mean, Unilever would laugh at that, right? So when Unilever comes into this space, they will market it. They will, you know, kind of increase the distribution. So I think it will be genuinely, and I'm not saying this to sound cool on CNBC, but it will be genuinely good for the market if some of these big boys come. And I hope that they spend some of that big boy money on these categories, because, you know, our marketing campaigns, though we're on TV, though we've done a lot of marketing, but they will never be able to match a Nestle or a Unilever. So, you know, I welcome them. I mean, Marico has recently come into this segment. Unilever, as you said, has come into this segment. If I did not know about Nestle, but even if Nestle is coming, I think it's great for the segment. And I think, I mean, I welcome them. And frankly, I'll probably will learn from them a bit, and, you know, and as they say, see you at the movies. So see you in the retail market. It's going to be fun.
Mikhel, I heard you saying you can topple some of the players in the market, huh?
No, not that. I said we're not afraid of anyone coming. And we, as a smaller company, we're nimble. We can do much more things that larger corporations can't do. And
still, you know, what is the end game? How do you achieve scale and size as a newer player in the market when you're competing with these deep-pocketed, large, established players with their network, with their chains? Do you think the larger end goal, is it for companies like you to be acquired to achieve that scale, or look at other opportunities?
Not necessarily. I feel we get to take advantage of the internet and its exponential growth today that legacy companies can't do that because of their distribution network that already exists, and they can't discount below a certain price.
But what they can do actually is look at your brand as a proof of concept, proof of success, and
use their
look that and use their distribution might to scale it.
They could, but it's hard to create original good products.
But it's easier to buy with their deep pockets.
If we were selling.
If you were selling. Okay, so you're not here to sell.
We're not here to sell. We're here to build a big brand and to be India's largest and probably one of the world's largest hot sauce brands.
Well, so more power to you.
Sales channel, again, are you focused heavily on online, or do you think we'll see a good mix between physical and online presence?
So we've stayed away from unorganized offline, but there's a huge growth in organized retail offline. So as modern trade grows, we're seeing massive growth in modern trade as a brand. It's easy for us today. There's a lot of infrastructure that exists because of e-commerce, the D2C environment, as well as organized retail. So things that didn't exist for a lot of companies, you know, 10, 20 years ago. So through a pandemic, we're already in hundreds of stores, various geographies across the country.
It's difficult to do that being just a food and grocery sort of player, primarily because the gross margins are not as high as beauty and personal care. So does it make unit economic sense for you? Are you guys EBITDA positive on a per unit basis?
Yeah, absolutely.
And what are the gross margins you work with?
We have high gross margins. We're over 80% gross margins on our product because we're indigenous products. So we don't actually get anything from outside, all locally sourced. So given that there are global supply chain issues, we wouldn't face those given that all our products are indigenous.
Quickly before we get into a break, I just wanted to know what got Abhishek Bachchan to invest in you?
Good product. They tasted our product. It's once you try it, you'll know. There are a lot of people, not just him, who wanted to sort of get involved with the product after tasting it. So he liked what we were doing. We're India first company making original products out of India.
What does he bring apart from the money?
A lot. He's one of the largest Bollywood celebrities in the country. He's big into sports. We've always marketed Naagin Sauce as a product for people of passion. And because of his kabaddi teams and his football teams, he's a true advocate of that.
And the family seems to be a fan of Naagin sauces, huh?
Yes, we're quite blessed that was the case as well.
All right. On that note, we actually have to take a very short break, but don't go anywhere because up next, we're going to talk about the millennial opportunity that lies ahead for the sauce and ketchup industry.